I want to start this Christian channel with a quote from Numbers 32:23, and it says, "Be sure your sins will find you out. Be sure your sins will find you out." Numbers 32, verse 23. It's a very provocative title or verse. Be sure, be confident that the wicked life you are living, sure enough, will find you out. Which brings me quite beautifully to the infamous Russell Brand. Many people fail to see the link between Russell Brand and Oprah Winfrey, and the reason being Russell Brand has got his brand hypnotizing a next generation into spiritualism, into New Ageism. This guy who actually compares himself to Jesus Christ, and he even says, "Look at my long hair. Don't I look like Jesus?" He was creating his marketing strategy. He was telling you what was in his mind. It wasn't genuine. He was branding himself for the future, if you like, remarketing his strategy. Hence, when he said to his gullible followers, his gullible fans, "Don't I look like Jesus? Nice long hair and a beard." He was putting suggestions into his future followers' mind. Let's look at this fake guru and what he really stands for and his link with Oprah Winfrey. Russell Brand, how he got onto the public platform, how he became famous. He was telling people in the 1990s, I believe, don't vote, don't vote. And what's interesting, he came out with that the same time with his book, The Revolution. He came out the same time revamping this, at that time, a new image of political socialist revolution. Hence his book called Revolution. And he had to live up to that title. He had to live up to it. So he told people, don't vote, don't vote. But guess what? This socialist drinking champagne, a guy who pretends he can relate to poor people, yet he's a multi-millionaire exploiting the poor for his own agenda. He met up with Tony Blair. This Tony Blair, in fact, invited Russell Brand, because Russell Brand was telling the poor, don't vote. And Tony Blair was panicking. Tony Blair invited Michael Caine, Frank Bruno, Russell Brand to his rich party, telling his people, look, don't worry that I'm a socialist. Don't worry. Really, I don't stand for socialism. Don't worry about that. And anyway, he met up with Russell Brand. A secret meeting, a dirty secret meeting behind a bicycle shed, a dirty, filthy secret meeting. I don't know what they were doing, but all I know, when Russell Brand came back on the scene after meeting with Tony Blair, two liberals, I don't know what they're up to. But when he came back, he was screaming, vote, vote Labour, vote Labour. Suddenly he changed. I remember when there was a political protest in London. I can't remember when it was over. And Russell Brand was there. This is how fake this man is. When he was on stage, you can see there's a woman, young woman, and she was passionate. You can feel her heart, beat, really passionate. Russell Brand stood there not knowing what to say. I hope you can, post and tell me what this protest was in London, and look at Russell Brand. He looked confused, like a rabbit staring at a car headlight. He was confused because his heart was not really revolt or revolutionary. He was playing people. That's what he was doing, playing people to get paid. Wait for the shock. after he ran the course with his book, The Revolution, now he's becoming a spiritual guru, a different kind of revolutionary individual. Hence, when he says, "Don't I look like Jesus?" putting thoughts in people's brains. And this is how people brainwash the masses today. If you remove Christianity, you remove foundation and cults like Russell Brand, who's purely in it for the money, like Madonna, they revamp themselves. Knowing full well we're living in an era where people hero worship. I wonder what Oprah Winfrey's wearing today. People hero worship. Get rid of the Bible and something else replaces it. Russell Brand now he endorses New Ageism and spiritualism, and he really looks the part. Has a nice long beard, and you see him in a corner like a Hindu sitting there like a Hindu, pretending his face is all sucked in because of a vegan diet, playing to people, messing with their psychology, introducing what Oprah Winfrey does best, a new age consciousness. Let me tell you something about Russell Brand. He pretends he's revolutionary. He pretends he's against the system. This guy is a multi-millionaire and he pretends he's against Bill Gates, everything. He's against Bill Gates. This guy has nearly 2 million followers. Yet, if he was so anti-Bill Gates, if he was so anti the establishment, how is it, unlike Donald Trump, who had his channel removed, even from Twitter, this is the president, how is it Russell Brand is still going? How is it they got rid of Donald Trump? This is the president. They got rid of Donald Trump. Yet Russell Brand, who claims that he's anti-establishment, he's an anarchist, he's a new age guru, yet he's untouched. He's supposed to be to all these conspiracy theories. There are many YouTubers who move along the lines that they're exposed in the establishment with millions of followers. And you know something? Not one strike against their channel. You begin to question, really, are they puppets? Are they manipulating the masses, pretending that, oh, we're going to cause a revolution? We're going to remember, what's his name? Alex Jones, with all his conspiracy theories, while he's getting rich, and his lawyer, Alex Jones' lawyer, said all he was a performer. That's all he was when he was going through a divorce. And Alex Jones sat there, in court, not challenging his lawyer, saying, no, that I'm passionate about this. He didn't say that. When his lawyer exposed Alex Jones from InfoWars of being a performer, playing a character, he sat there with a dome in his mouth. He had nothing to say. This is how they play people, pretend that, oh, we're going to stir a revolution, etc. Yet people don't realize they are being brainwashed. Russell Brand now peddling New Ageism, peddling occultism, peddling this. And he gave you a sign. What was the sign? He says, don't I look like Jesus? He was planting suggestions in your mind where his next tricks, his circus tricks, was going to be. And that was, he was going to revamp himself as a spiritual guru. At the same time, an anarchist and a revolutionary. Don't forget, when his book came out, The Revolution, it was at the same time he sold millions of copies. He told people not to vote. Tony Blair met up with him behind the bicycle shed. When Russell Brand came out, he then told people to vote after selling millions of copies of his book. Wait for the shock. Russell Brand claimed he's liberal. He claimed he's a socialist. This is how he's playing games with you. Did you know he boasts He boasted he didn't even hold his own child and change the nappy. Did you know he boasts that he's a socialist and a liberal? He boasts that his wife or girlfriend does all the cooking, he does all the manly stuff, yet he's selling the liberal agenda, he's selling the LGBTQ agenda, pretending that he's like a snowflake, he's woke. And with all that, behind closed doors, he's ultra masculine, doesn't even change his baby's nappy. Behind closed doors, he's not even a liberal or a socialist. What is he? What is he? He's playing the dumb masses. People have a hole inside of them, an emptiness, and fake cult leaders like that come along and they know they can tap in to this emptiness. You remove the foundation of your country, which is the Christian faith, and you will see what's going to happen. You can already see with the number of, if you like, different religions and different cultures that swamps or if you like, envelopes, what was once a Christian country. And you have foreign religion taking over. You take away the foundation of Christianity and you leave a hole and emptiness. Oprah Winfrey and Russell Brand, they met up. They met up. I think it was named Rosie McGowan. She exposed. In fact, she's naming names. Like, what's her name? Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, she's liberal. She's what do they call it? Diversity. She's diversity. She was diverse, all right. She was rubbing shoulders with Harvey Weinstein, taking money from Harvey Weinstein. Kamala Harris. They're playing people. They're really playing you and brainwashing you. And this is what happens when you don't question. You even got to question your pastors. A lot of these pastors, if you notice, they have nothing to say about the Illuminati. They have nothing to say about the Freemason. They have nothing to say about Harvey Weinstein. Nothing to say about all this LGBTQ agenda. The pastors are quiet. They're all eating from the same trough. They're controlling the whole masses. You can't make millions and not be part of that circle. It's impossible. And that's the reason why Russell Brand is not touched. Him and Oprah Winfrey, they all sit together and play the game, how we can manipulate the masses and promote this new ageism and this snowflake consciousness, this antichrist agenda, knowing full well that people have a hole inside of them, people have an emptiness, and they come along and they feel that emptiness. If you don't think, they will think for you. If you don't cry for peace, they will come for you. It's their new world order, the battle for your mind, because they want to create a world in their image while leaving you confused. Wake up before it's too late. A lot of celebrities, they are pawns. That's what they are. They are pawn in the game. A lot of them, I've had to go over this. People like Russell Brand and other big, massive YouTubers exposing Bill Gates and conspiracy theories, and they don't get touched. Something don't make sense. A vampire is not going to bite another vampire because they're already infected. Zombies know who another zombie. They know each other. They know who's affected. When you're in that elite, that circle, and your channel don't get touched, something is wrong. They can talk a good talk, millions of followers, and yet, what's interesting, while they're getting richer and richer and richer, you're getting poorer and poorer, and you're the one getting brainwashed. They promote this new language where you can't say he or she anymore. You're taking it to heart. You're getting confused and messed up, and they playing games with your life and your destiny. Wake up before it's too late. These celebrities are not what they look like.